You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back to the farm. Moments away from the girls' 42nd District Soccer Semifinals. Henry Clay, the 2 seed, Scott County, the 3 seed. Tim Rose here with John O'Hara. He's a gamer tonight. Second one coming up for John. And you and Chris Labar just saw a doozy, a great semifinal boys matchup. Douglas, the 3 seed, mild upset, 1-0 victors over Bryan Station. They advance.
Yeah, it was a great match, as we mentioned earlier, a tale of two halves, and unfortunately we ended on an injury there. I hope that young man that was hurt is going to be okay, but it didn't look too good for him.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. We'll say prayers for him and his teammates as well. They were all kind of hovering over him and giving him moral support there, and hope that he is going to be able to play here very soon in the near future. Move on to the girls' game tonight. Big matchup. Both these teams coming in hot, John. We saw Henry Clay. I saw them a couple weeks ago. They lost a 1-0 decision to Douglas over here, but had a penalty kick right before halftime. But they've reeled off 4 straight wins. Scott County's reeled off 4 out of their last 5. Regular season, Scott County lost 3-2 to Henry Clay. This is one of those tough 2-3 battle seeds, that can go either way. Henry Clay's had their way with them. I think they've won 18 straight against Scott County, but we got a really big one tonight. And, those seniors, I talked to both coaches. Hopefully we'll hear from them in a little bit. But, the seniors, as you played at all levels, it just feels a little different. You feel more tension, more excitement. You don't want this to be your final career match.
Yeah, and the one thing about the district, you win this game, you're into the finals, which means you're in the region, so you're playing 2 more games after this. So it's, things get a little tense there in a district tournament game like this.
They really do. I mean, the weather is perfect. We've got a great crowd on hand, and we just feel there's a lot more energy in the building. We were here, last Thursday night and had a great game, great match, but you just feel more energy. When it comes tournament time, it's ratcheted up just a little bit.
Most definitely. You're going to see some people, it's a great time of the year. As I said earlier, great time of the year, but also it makes me a little sad when somebody's high school career comes to an end.
No doubt about it, because very few play at the collegiate level. We're going to take a break here on Glycod, 5 minutes away from first at the pitch. We'll get it started here in just a moment on Glycod.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad.
Bye-bye.
Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Have fun. Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path. Because when you talk, they hear you.
You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Here with Henry Clay girls coach Warren, district semifinals tonight. Coach Warren, we saw you a couple weeks ago over here, and your girls, I think, played really well in a 1-0 decision to Douglas. You've reeled off 4 straight wins, peaking at the right time of year.
I hope so. Yeah, we're figuring it out. This is the fun time of year when it all counts, so we're excited.
Are you seeing kind of just each week they're getting better, and I think that's what's happened here?
Yeah, I think that you really strive to everybody get on the same page at the right moment, and you hope it's right at post season, so I'm very happy with them.
You beat Scott County a couple weeks ago 3-2 in a tight matchup. What do you expect tonight? More of the same?
We expect to come out really hard. It's, we respect Scott County a lot. They're a good team. They have arguably the best player in the state with Tatum Borman. So, we hope to do well. We'll have to play tough.
This district, it just shows you the depth of the district. You and Douglas, they won the district in regular season, the 1 seed, but you played them all the way, except for the penalty kick right before halftime. Mm-hmm. It's a scoreless shootout.
Yeah, we're hoping to see them again.
Anybody can beat anybody, and it's do or die tonight. And I know the seniors are really ratcheted up a little bit because they don't want this to be their last match.
Yeah, exactly. We're riding on their seniority and their experience, and to help us support us through this game.
And you played at all levels. You played in college as well, so I know some of those seniors talk to you a little bit. And they're like, Coach Warren, what's it like here? You're kind of the last few. You kind of look back at your career and you don't want it to end, and kind of it's really relatable that you can talk to them about what you've been through their shoes.
Yeah, definitely. And you live vicariously through them a little bit too, through these moments, and just want the best for them. You want your kids to have the best experience and to come out and just have a good showing and play hard. So
everybody healthy, ready to go?
Other than some injuries that people picked up throughout the season, Avery Allen is another senior we've been missing for about half the season. So other than that and a couple other nagging injuries, we're good to go. Yeah.
Good deal. Coach Warren, thank you so much. Wish you the best tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Let's
get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
That was your start, man. Try away.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Go here at the farm. Girls 42nd District Soccer Semifinals, a big battle. 3-seed Scott County, 2-seed Henry Clay. And John O'Hara, as you coached for 30 years, as we heard, Tatum Gorman, 41 goals for Scott County. What was your philosophy in terms of coaching? Are you not going to let the star player beat you, or are you going to let her get hers and focus on everybody else?
It just depends. There's different players that, she's an attacking player, so that's going to make it a little bit different. I'm actually really looking forward to watching her. I've never watched her play. I don't see the girls' game as much, but I've heard for years. I've heard about her since she was in middle school. She's an extreme talent. She's headed to Mississippi State, play in the SEC, so that's a great honor there. So I'm looking forward to it. I know Henry Clay's got some talented players, and it should be a good match. Definitely exciting time of the year, but she will be something to watch. And as Coach Warren mentioned in the pregame, she said probably one of the top players in the state and could be in the running for Miss Soccer.
No doubt about it. And you're familiar with Coach Warren over at Henry Clay, you said.
I am. She's, yes, I've known Coach Warren for a long time. Used to, back in my younger days, played a little bit of indoor. She played at Trancey. I believe she's from Clark County. She's been at it a long time, coaching the club, coaching Henry Clay. I believe she might have coached at Tate's Creek for a year or so. So, yeah, she's doing a good job.
Given the announcements now, the starting lineups, and just a big battle here. You don't want to go home. The loser goes home. The season is over, and the winner moves on to region finals. Of course, district finals this Friday night here at the farm, but then you've got can excel a little bit because you know that your ticket is punched for the 11th region tournament next week.
That is definitely correct there, but I always say that district championship still means something because you win that, you're going to play a runner-up from another district, and sometimes that can be a little bit easier game. But the good thing is you're going to be playing at least 2 more games.
And the thing is, looking back at your career when you get older, too, sometimes the districts aren't all created equal, as we talked about last Thursday night in the broadcast. And winning a district championship is sometimes a bigger accomplishment than winning a region championship other regions.
Oh, most definitely. That can create a whole discussion online we won't want to get into. But, the game's grown. It's done well growing in the state, and that's something that even as a soccer fan you like to see. It might not be evenly distributed throughout the state, but there's way more teams. I wish I had the exact numbers. I believe high school boys, there's probably over 200 high school teams now. And 20 years ago, I bet that wasn't even 100 teams. So that's great to see. A lot more participation throughout the whole state.
It just takes time. Lacrosse came, 15 years ago here? And think about the numbers and how that's multiplied.
Yeah. I know the first year Dunbar was open in 90. There was not high school girls soccer in the state of Kentucky. Some girls were playing on boys' teams. I want to say it was like early 90s when they started having sanctioned high school girls soccer.
Man, it's been, wow, I forgot that it was only that recent. For sure. I know we had in our dark ages when we went to high school, we had a slow pitch softball. And people now, they've never heard of such. In the high school level, it's all fast pitch. And, of course, that's where you get the recruits and everything. And the SEC's dominant with that as well. We got the Blue Devils here in the home, the home blues, the blue tops, the blue shorts, and then over there on the other side, the Scott County Cardinals in the white tops and the red shorts. And ready to go. They beat Great Crossing just the other day in their final regular season matchup. Winners of 4 or 5. Henry Clay 4 in a row after losing to Douglas over here 2 weeks ago, 1-0 in a penalty kick right before halftime. That was a really well-played game by both squads, and good crowd on hand, great weather, and here we go. Henry Clay toe will meet leather on the pitch here, right at the Big D, standing for Douglas here at the farm. If you've never seen a game here, that's what they call it here at Frederick Douglass High School, the newest public high school in Fayette County on Winchester Road on the east side, and Henry Clay controls early. Now Scott County with it. So you've got maybe the best player in the state from Scott County, 41 goals to her credit on the season, Tatum Borman, and then a little more balance with Henry Clay. People, maybe not the all-stater, but a lot of girls that can hurt you.
Yeah, it looks like they've had a heck of a season so far in Coach Warren's 3rd season here at Henry Clay.
I got a whistle there, a foul on the Cardinals, tripping from behind. Henry Clay will control.
Number 6, senior, Ava Wilson with the kick.
Ava Wilson with the free kick for the Blue Devils. Cross, a little too strong there on the cross. Deep corner, battling for it. Got soccer playoffs galore this week on Glycod and on our YouTube channel. Check it out. Got over at Lafayette, we'll have 43rd District action Thursday night. And then back over here at the farm Friday, we got the finals, the boys' finals at 6, the girls' finals to follow. Round 8, probably a little bit later, like we started this one a little bit later than that.
Yeah, I did just get an update from the other boys' district in Lexington. It looked like Dunbar knocked off Lexington Catholic 3-0, so they'll be playing the winner of the Tates Creek Lafayette game, which is going on right now also.
All right, those big semifinal battles where 2 go home and 2 advance. Dunbar, the top seed, not a surprise. They beat Catholic tonight, right?
Yeah, I'd probably expect it, but, Catholic's very well coached, so they were going to be in the game regardless.
They've got plenty of tradition in their own right.
They do.
Scott will throw in on the far side.
You notice with the girls game, it's a little bit more condensed. They don't spread out quite as far.
What's the reason for that?
I just think it's just different style of play a little bit.
Yep.
Very technical, but sometimes I almost think this field is a little too big at times.
Mm-hmm.
You can see they're playing. They're going to be well within the football numbers for the most part.
Yeah, you mentioned indoor.
That's not a negative criticism. It's just, you can see where they're playing. I watch 2 daughters play high school soccer, and sometimes that's just a more condensed space.
Right. Different leg strengths. Remember, you mentioned indoor soccer. I played that many years ago down in Metro Atlanta, and that was fun. Co-ed indoor soccer for adults is something else to see.
Oh, yeah.
You've got some that are just fresh 5 years out of high school, and you got other people that are just like me, probably shouldn't have been out there.
Well, at least you're out there getting some exercise.
It was fun. It was, some great stories. Got the championship T-shirt, so I knew how to be on the winning team, I guess. No score here early, 3.5 minutes in at the farm. Scott County Henry Clay girls 42nd District Semifinals action. '42nd finals will be over here at the farm Friday night.
And we picked it. You and I have had 2 nights of some great weather for fall high school soccer tournament time. We usually don't get this lucky.
We really have. We had kind of that previous hurricane, got it rain a couple weeks ago, had some caught up on our rain a little bit. Been too dry the last few months, but man, you couldn't ask for better weather. September and October, probably the best weather in the state of Kentucky. Most people would think. I think.
Good ball served in there.
Devils get
I'm
it out.
Anxious to see who. Like we looked for in that boys game earlier. If somebody can score early, it changes the complexion of the game.
It really does. The sense of urgency, either you play tighter or you play with more urgency. But you got to feel good if you get that early start. Just like kind of like in a tight World Series baseball game against a all-star pitcher or something. You going to run on him early? No. And a whistle over there. Free kick. Free kick for the Cardinals. And it's Lily Hawkins, wearing number 0, a freshman, 136 saves to her credit in 16 games for Scott County, 48 goals allowed. So the future looks bright in goal. It's a great feeling to have a freshman goalie starter, where you don't have to worry about the goalie for the next 3 years, right?
Oh, most definitely. Especially, that's huge. You starting at varsity as a freshman in the goal.
The highest level, you've got to, obviously you have put the work in for many years to be able to accomplish that. Deflected there.
Henry Clay's had a little bit better possession. I'm being curious to see how much effort they make to get the ball to Borman. That's why I wanted to see her play.
For sure.
Because I know
number 2, Natalie Houghton with the throw for the Blue Devils.
Individually talent, she's just, they're probably having to make a.
She wears number 4 in white. Does Borman. Had 2 goals versus crosstown rival Great Crossing in their last outing. Henry Clay now on a run. Across. And,
underneath the keeper.
Underneath. But out of bounds.
Ball into the box. Hit by number 5, Molly Spalding. Goes wide, be a goal kick for Scott County.
Battle for it there after the free kick. The cross, Henry Clay crosses it. Has to pass it. And gets a goal. 1-0. Henry Clay there. Let me get that number. Nice plays. They kept it alive.
Nice finish there. Nothing the goalie could do about that.
Good job by the Blue Devils. Like you said, draw first blood early.
First 8 minutes. That's, they might have had a a plan in place, but they might have to adjust that a little bit here.
And that's so helpful. Like you said, the other day you had a great point Thursday night about just not kicking it, just to be kicking it. You had a plan, a purpose, and you had, sometimes you're not going to cross it perfectly. You had multiple offensive teammates there that could get that ball. You had 2 Blue Devils that could get it, and so when one didn't, the other one was able to get it a little bit further and knocked it in, because the one's kind of looking straight ahead, the goalie there, and you get one just past and gets to the right of the goalie, and the Blue Devils draw first blood.
I think did they say that was number 22 in the goal?
Take a look here. Who do you have as 20? Let's take a look here. Yep, I think that is Mackenzie Hess, a junior. 15 games, a goal, and 2 assists to her credit. And Henry Clay's played some tough defensive struggles. Goal differential 27-17 on the season. 6 shutout losses and 1 shutout win to their credit. And so pretty stingy defense for sure. It's Coach Warren in her 3rd season at Henry Clay.
Foul called on Scott County, be a free kick.
Her best season coming in 7-5-3. And as we said, Henry Clay won the regular season meeting 3-2 a couple weeks ago.
Just now notice looking over the bench for Scott County, they don't have very many subs.
No, you're looking at about 4 over there, it looks like.
Very small roster.
Mm-hmm.
Just had a little turnout. I don't know if
I mean, big school, not as big as it used to be. There was a chance there, but the goalie got it. The freshman for Scott County. But, yeah, I mean, they were the largest school in the state. Great Crossing comes around, and obviously you cut the talent pretty much in half there.
Yeah, that's probably affected a variety of different sports over there.
Yeah, I mean, they were up to, I don't know if they were up to 3,000, but definitely the largest school in the state, which is now, I think, Lafayette, around 2,500.
Yeah. See them get the ball to Borman here and see what she can do with it.
Yep, they need to get it on their side of the field as Henry Clay the last 5 minutes has kind of dominated time of possession. Cross, nobody there. On that back line gets it for Scott County. Header. Here she is there, Gorman.
I think this is
nice play. Got some speed. And she passes, led her just a little too far.
Very unselfish, though, but she would have been offsides just a tad.
She would have been, that's true.
That's good to see, but that's that burst, I guess.
She was looking for Harmon on the far side, the 5'6" senior, who also has 13 goals to her credit, Kennedy Harmon. 116 goals all time for Borman.
It's impressive.
That is.
I know she's had some great luck on the club level too.
Got a shot on goal through the wickets, but and she gets it back. Wow, got through the goalie.
What are the odds that ball bounces right back to her?
Hit the post there, fortunately for Scott County fans.
Went through the wickets and right back to her.
If it had some spin on that ball, if it had a little Minnesota Fats English or Pele English, it might have been up 2-0.
Here goes Borman. She's just looking to. She is on the attack. This is a.
She doesn't want this.
They've got 4 defenders running at her.
Yep,
they know. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Very unassuming.
And one of those players, one of those rare players you see in sports, that's faster with the ball than without it.
Yeah, she was getting. They knew. I mean, if you went back and looked at the video, 4 players were going at her.
Mm-hmm. They know. They're like, no, she's not going to beat us. That's the kind of their mentality anyway. Got a corner kick.
Number 16, Kennedy Harmon, take the corner.
Harmon on the corner kick for Scott.
A little too deep there, strong leg. Well, Scott County's going to keep it in play. We'll see if they go back. Yeah, didn't trust their freshman goalie, it looked like, to be able to play it back.
Number 7, Callie Bowes with the throw.
Under 28 to play first half. 1-0. Henry Clay scored 8 minutes in. Goalie gets that for Scott.
Following the box by number 5, Molly Spalding. Grabbed by the keeper, Hawkins.
It was Hawkins again.
I wonder if that depth will come into play a little bit for Henry Clay compared to Scott County.
Yeah.
It's not like the weather's a factor tonight, but, I mean, literally probably 4 players tops over there for Scott County.
Probably about 10 for Henry Clay on the bench. And both coaches said before the match, I mean, you're going to have players with some injuries, and this time of year for sure. Just kind of do the best you can. And Coach Scott County coach mentioned that about how they've rested them more, and you see that later in the season. You've got a lot of tough matches. You want to keep them fresh, and you give them more days off late. That's probably what you guys did too. And he mentioned giving them more rest. And I can completely understand why he mentioned that for sure, only having 4 subs tonight.
Got a little update on the previous boys game in that Douglas Station game that I believe senior Eugene Abagoy suffered a broken leg.
She's tripped up.
Uh-oh.
She is tripped up there.
Sorry, I got a little off topic. We're going to, is that PK?
Let's see here. Excuse me again. I didn't mean to interrupt you on
the
score update.
I was, wow. You got a PK?
Yep, we do. She's shaking it off there.
You had a feeling she was probably taking this, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No doubt. You could tell, getting kind of feel for the game early, but the last 5 minutes, especially after Henry Clay scored, she's like, all right, I'm a senior. I gotta take charge. And when she gets the ball around midfield, she's looking toward the goal. Trying to tie this one up. Time stopped at 26 minutes, 22 seconds before half. 1-0 Devils. Here we go. And she got it in there. 42nd goal of the season for the Mississippi State commit, 1-1.
Henry Clay goalie looked like she got a piece of it on the ground.
Yeah,
thought that was placement there by Borman. I thought it might be a little bit more powerful.
Great placement right there in the corner.
Yep.
That's Scott County goal by number 4, Tatum Borman.
Oh, 1-1.
Yep. Did you coach players in the penalty kick situations to kind of read the goalie and their physical movements, or did you try to get them go for the corner, or go this way or that way?
I always was, I would tell kids not to have a big run up because some kids sell where they're going. But, you get some goalies that are just guessing and some goalies react. And if you have guys that they're going to go to the same spot no matter what, and you just want to be comfortable with that. Couple of schools of thought.
117th goal of her career.
Wow.
From Borman.
That's impressive.
It is. I'm not sure what the state leader all time is.
Yeah, we're singing her accolades, but there's a reason why she's going to Division I.
No doubt about it. Going down to Starkville, or Stark Vegas, they like to call it down there.
Yeah.
Oh. Scott on the attack. Oh, bump there. Henry Clay foul.
We'll see what happens here.
Free kick for the Lady Cardinals.
Free kick for Durham, for Scott.
Number 16, senior Kimmy Herman. Take a kick.
She was looking for her all-stater.
Yeah, she was.
There. Borman.
Surprised, I thought Borman might just step up and crack that from deep.
I know. One apiece here. Semifinal action. 42nd District. Some good action early.
Oh, there's some good speed there by the Henry Clay attacker. Oh, tried to cut back. Should have kept going.
Substitution in the game for Henry Clay, number 20, Taylor Duncan.
Duncan throw in for Henry Clay.
Here we go. They're going to play it back to their keep.
Yep. Don't want to take any chance with Borman there and get the keep.
Nice distribution by the goalie out of the back.
As you heard, it looks like the Scott County girl hurt herself kicking and went for a high kick. No collision, but got a shot at the top of the rim there, top of the goal. Scott County, Bowman again.
I don't think they want her to get loose.
Here she goes, the spin move. And tried to pass it over too strong. On a left-footed cross.
I guess the hype was worth it.
Yep.
Good for her. Very nice to see.
Yes. Yeah. If she's got the ball, she's dangerous.
And Coach Warren from Henry Clay, she was giving her the respect. Most definitely.
They're getting more physical out there. I like it. They feel the what's at stake here. Fullback punches it out of bounds for Henry Clay. Throw in for Scott.
Number 5, Haley Robinson to take the throw for the Lady Cardinals.
Robinson, number 5 for Scott County with the throw in. Tight window there, out of bounds, knocked off of Scott County. That's a tough one.
I don't know why you'd put yourself so close to the sideline.
You got to space it out better, don't you?
Yeah, and then this ball gets thrown and it goes out of bounds.
Yep.
You hear a lot of fussing about whose ball it is, and that's 2 turnovers. It didn't really matter whose ball it was.
22 minutes left for half, 1-1. Another Scott County throw in, trying to get this one away from the sideline. Better job that time.
Just take somebody, pick their head up, and look for a switch of the field, because the other side of the field is going to be wide open. It's getting your head up. You don't see the field. Good job by the Scott County goalie coming out there.
Pushing up. Header at midfield.
You asked me earlier how you do, or if you have a player on another team that's extremely talented. In this situation, watching them, I would have somebody follow Borman everywhere on the field. That's how, for their attack.
The old boxing chaser.
I never would do that in majority of games, but just watching her and how important, I would have somebody not leave her side.
Just too explosive, right?
I mean, you don't see that very often. It's just a different.
She hangs right around midfield.
I mean, I'd still play my normal D, but, well, you can't let her get out of your sight.
No.
It'd have to be somebody that was athletic. She went to the corner of the field, I'd follow her.
And that's the thing, you can kind of use other different players on her, just like in basketball or something where you kind of, throw in different extra full energy
nice
at her.
By Henry Clay there.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get loose up top.
Putting some pressure on the Scott back line. Henry Clay throw in on the far side.
I like Scott County's kept 2 players up top.
Shot on goal is in. Nice looper, and I think it's number 11 for Henry Clay. Great shot there over the goalie's head right in this middle of the net. And that goal is Emerson Hess, a senior. And if these statistics are accurate, that's her first goal. You would never expect that because that was perfect. First goal of the season. Nice job by Ness there. And
I believe we have a correction. They said that was.
Did we get that wrong? looked like 11.
17, Ava Ryder.
Okay,
Maybe.
all right, makes more sense then. I saw 11, but you got Ryder on that. Ava Ryder, 12. She's a freshman, played in 12 games, so don't have any goals to her credit. But she does now, but great job by Ryder, and that was kind of a perfect 9-iron or pitching wedge into the goal, wasn't it?
It's a nice shot.
That was perfect.
Nothing goalie could do about that.
Nice touch on that ball. We saw
gosh,
another loop and
Holy
just
cow.
over in the football uprights.
That was from 35.
It was. Great leg there, strength there.
Tatum Borman goes high.
We saw the guys the other day overshooting those and hitting the top bar, on those. They were not able to kind of finesse them in. They were just kind of trying to muscle them in.
I'd be willing to say she scored a few goals in her career from that deep because she did not even think twice about pulling the trigger from that far out.
No. Had good spacing there and had room and whistle. Going back to Scott County. Henry Clay foul.
And we called on Henry Clay.
A lot of excitement early in this one. You don't want to turn the channel at all. 3-2, Henry Clay won the regular season battle. We're already at 2-1, little over halfway through the first half here. And these girls know what's at stake. Douglas boys won 1-0 over Bryan Station. The 3 beat the 2 seed in the early game tonight. So the Broncos advance and the Defenders go home for the season. You see Borman hadn't touched the ball, doing a better job defending the last few trips down. Leader in the corner, a little strong.
A little heavy there, but still good look looking out wide like that.
Your ball goes long. Go kick. Scott County. Substitution in the game for the Lady Cardinals, number 2, Caitlin Dyke.
The Scott County substitution.
Number 5, Molly Spalding.
It's like we have
Spalding
in the 43rd district for the boys. Looks like Lafayette is winning 1-0 over Tate's Creek with 10 left, or a little under 10 to go in the first half.
Caitlin Dyke in for Scott County, number 2. A header there for the Devils, another header. I think it was a good no call there. Sometimes when you jump up in the air and then there's contact, but it's just incidental contact there. No malicious intent. She has been busy. Lily Hawkins, a freshman goalie for Scott County, been busy this half.
And then I think, did we update the other girls district? We had Lexington Catholic beat Lexington Christian 3-0.
3-0. Okay, girls. Thank you for that. On the girls' side. All right, girls. So the girls for Catholic win. The boys go home.
Yeah.
So Dunbar beat them 3-0. You said.
Yes, but the girls won. That's the 43rd district. And Lexington Catholic has some ridiculous streak in the girls' side of winning games. I think they lost their first city game this year, maybe in years. So I don't know the exact stats on that, but I know it's been a long streak.
The Lexington Catholic girls, the favorite over there. Henry Clay boys over here, predominant favorite.
Yeah.
A couple of girls down over on the far side. Goes to Scott County. Everybody watching those scoreboards for sure this time of year.
Foul called on the Blue Devils to be a free kick for Scott County.
And you always get a couple, wherever they are, it could be far reaches of the state, but you always get some upsets sometimes in these semifinals where you kind of like, oh, wow, I'm surprised. A team that you were kind of fearing you're going to have to get by, but maybe they get upset early.
Especially some of those districts that have 3 or 4 teams ranked. Yep. Some districts aren't balanced at all, but there's some that are.
Yep. Yeah, some maybe the depth might be just one team, and others, all 4 of them are good.
Yeah.
Or at least 3.
Well, like this district and the other Lexington district both have 5 teams in them.
Mm-hmm.
Just can't spread it out. I know there's a couple districts, certain parts of the state that only have 3 teams.
2-1. Henry Clay over Scott County. 15:30 and counting left in the first half here at the farm. Frederick Douglass High School in the girls' 42nd District Soccer Semifinals. Winner advances to the championship Friday night. The nightcap after the boys' game, which starts at 6.
We're going to have a kick out just barely inside midfield.
Yep.
See what type of service we can get here. Don't know how far she can drive the ball, but she'll put it in play in the box.
Number 16, Kennedy Harmon with the kick.
Henry Clay header. You see, John, when it gets to the playoffs, does the officiating change any from the regular season?
I like to think it doesn't. I'm sure it does some. So you get some officials that want to be the center of attention. But, you know, the previous match we had, it was a well-officiated game. Didn't come down to any certain calls. And even that PK that was called in this game, you know, well-earned. So
Henry Clay on the attack.
As long as you're just consistent. Nice move there by the Henry Clay.
Yep. Just be consistent. Get a shot on Gover again. Got over her head. Another one. Is that number 4? Number 5?
No. I think that was number...
Was that Molly Spalding?
Number 4.
Oh, was it number 4? Adrian Reed, the sophomore?
Maybe 5.
Spalding, I thought 5. Let's hear what. Yeah. Great job there. Another one. Over the head. They're going to That was Molly Spalding.
Right.
And they're switching goalies, Scott County now, as they will send in there.
Well, bad for the goalie. There's not a lot she could have done on either one of those.
Nope. They've got another freshman goalie that's got 13 saves in 19 matches. Let's see if it's Castleman. Of course, has the pink. Not sure, but Ava Castleman, number 17, has.
Scott County, number 10.
Nope. It's
Ulissa Miranda.
Ulissa Miranda, sophomore, played in 14 games, 2 saves to her credit, 1 goal. And Miranda is the new goalie for Scott County at the 14:07-minute mark, down 3-1. As Henry Clay, a couple nice shots over the head of the goalie.
Nothing like getting thrown in the fire.
Yeah, for sure. Got to hold serve now, kind of like a relief pitcher. You can't.
Yeah.
You're down and just keep your team in it. Trip over there.
See.
And just the momentum flip. We get Scott County ties that up, and they get that goal from their All-State or Borman. But after that, it's you thought they had a little momentum, but it totally flipped on them after that. The 2-1, that looper over the head, and they did it again.
And I don't think Henry Clay's taking their foot off the gas yet either.
No, they know Scott County's legit. She talked about that, Coach Warren, in the pre-match, how they have a lot of respect for Scott County. They have a long winning streak against them, but 18 games straight, I believe. But Scott County, winners of their last 4, played Henry Clay tough, lost 3-2 in the regular season. They're very capable of winning and have arguably the best player in the state. So anytime you have that, somebody that can go off for 5 goals in her own right by herself. Here she is.
Speaking of,
they got 3 triple teaming her. She still maintains possession. Amazingly, isn't it? Such ball control. Now we got a corner kick for the Cardinals. 12:30 in county. Let's see where Borman is set up here. He's going to push over to the far side. He's looking for the header. It's a pretty good corner.
Yeah. Well served in the box. He's going to try to
throw it for the Lady Cardinals. Number 18, Elsie Bathon, take the throw.
Oh, wow, she's through. Henry Clay player's through.
1-on-3, but has an open look. And just to the left of the goal there.
I've seen her take a few more touches there. I mean, there's no reason to shoot from that far out when you had the defenders beat.
Yep, she had a little space. She was out in space.
Yeah, I mean, 4-1. 4-1, that might put this game definitely out of reach. Okay.
She had she was triple team, but she shook the trio of defenders and had a little space. You'd like to have seen a couple extra kicks, right?
Yeah,
Dribbles.
I don't know why she settled for that. She wasn't under duress to be shooting from that far out.
Got excited. Now another clip, and over her head, too, another one. Another pitching wedge goal for Henry Clay, and they've blown this one open at 4-1. Man, nice touch on these. Point blank range. And nice effort by the goalie just over her outstretched arms. They've all been kind of right in the center of the goal, haven't they?
Yep.
That was
number 7 scored that goal.
Callie Bowes, B-O-W-E-S, 15. That's her fifth goal of the season. Junior, 15 games played, 4 goals coming in, 2 assists, 10 points to her credit, and had an assist versus Lexington Christian in the last outing. And these Devils, as we talked about, seem to be playing their best soccer of the season.
Oh. I think Scott County was ready for that.
No.
If you're Henry Clay, you just want to just knock it around, and you don't want to settle back already. But still, it's a lot of.
You just can't give people that open vision at the goal. That's the big key there, right?
Yeah.
That open look at the frame and.
You know, in the girls' game, you see some goals go in a little bit higher that normally wouldn't go in a boys' game, just because of size.
Taller, yep.
Yeah, taller, jumping. Goalpost still the same, so it makes for some goals that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're not worthy. It just means some that probably wouldn't go in.
A little different strategy sometimes, I think, on the offensive attack. Then in that case, if you're kicking over a 5'10" player compared to maybe a 5'6" player, you know. 9:30 and counting. 4-1. Blue Devils beat Scott County 3-2 in the regular season.
It's still great weather out here. A little crisp tonight. How'd this morning treat you when it was in the 40s?
46? Boy.
Threw you a curveball to get the day started, I bet. It ended up being a beautiful day.
It was perfect. You have to have a change. You have to have layers. You got to layer it, don't you? You have to have some hot coffee to kind of warm up your veins a little early, don't you?
Yeah. When you're not used to it, though, when it's been a while, seemed really cold. Look at this.
It did.
On attack.
Didn't have anybody there to cross. Now he has a teammate down.
You know what's a nice play that she did there? She didn't have anybody to cross to, so you know what she tried to do? Maintain possession. She dribbled, and she got Scott County to knock it out. I wish more people would try that.
You made that point Thursday night, John, about it. You just don't kick it just to be kicking it.
Yeah, don't kick it and have all your parents in the crowd go, somebody get there. Why'd you kick it if nobody's
header?
Good service there, though.
The chip, almost. Another one.
Wait, that ref's got to see that. That was off the field goal post, in my opinion. That should be a goal kick, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was off the soccer bar there. You thought it was off the goal post?
Yeah, because they're calling a goal kick.
Yep. Good eyes.
A little sentimental there, Tim. That's how my senior year ended in the state semifinals.
Really?
1983.
Louisville Male.
We stopped playing, went off the field goal post.
You got better eyes than me.
Yeah, it was just a funny ricochet.
Good aggression there by the Devils.
Yeah.
Good job by the goalie, even though it didn't count because it was already a dead ball. And she'll get this one. Good job by Miranda, the backup goalie in there for Scott County. A lot of youth, the goalies for the Cardinals. 7:30 and counting. 4-1 Devils. There's Borman and gets a whistle.
Foul call on the Blue Devils, be a free kick for Scott County.
And tell people there that don't watch a lot of soccer. The infraction against Borman was at midfield, but Scott County had the free kick really from the 30-yard line, not from midfield.
They just gave the advantage, I believe. Henry Clay's trying to knock the ball around. They got a lot of
playing loose.
The speed here.
They've had so many shots on goal, and they did early too, and that makes there's an incidental handball, I think.
Yeah. Another good service into the box. Here we go.
Got another shot on goal, and they get another one, 5-1.
Wow, and that's out there on the wing. This number, she's out there.
Henry Clay goal by number 7, Kelly Bowes.
Bowes got her second in a row, right?
Yeah.
Spalding.
Spalding with the assist.
Spalding with the assist. Bowes with her second of the night.
That was a good job by Spalding playing that ball in.
Henry Clay.
5-1. Wow.
Henry Clay has played a lot of defensive struggles this season, but showing tonight that they've got
they
offensive
are not
attack.
Taking their foot off the gas. Oh, they're
Nope.
Wow.
4-game winning streak coming in.
Wow. Hard foul there.
Won the last 18 matchups in this series.
They're up 4. I don't know if you can get.
It's tough. That was Bowes, the junior. 6th goal on the season for her. And when you have 3-4 girls right in front of the goal there, good things are going to happen. That's good spacing and being right there. 5-1. Under 6 to play in the first half.
I know Henry Clay might have been the favorite, but I don't think Scott County was expecting this.
No, the 2-3 matchup only lost to them 3-2 in the regular season. Yeah, I don't think anybody expected it. Both teams coming in hot. Henry Clay 4 straight wins. Scott County won 4 out of 5. And now, I mean, you keep getting these goals. You just play looser and looser.
Yeah. Well, you can just see you hate to write a team off, but you can just see Scott County's just deflated right now.
A foul there on Scott, far side. And don't have in that postseason, John, no mercy rule.
I don't know about that. That'd be 8. That's a lot. I don't know.
So it'd have to be a 9-1 advantage.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. I don't know if Henry Clay will probably do a lot of subbing.
They've got a lot of subs.
They don't have a huge bench. And
8 or 9 over there, probably.
Get another one though. It'll be.
Mm-hmm. Throw in for Clay there, Faulkner.
Well, hill ball.
Mm-hmm.
She went for the hill ball. Didn't work, but like to see the hill ball come into play.
Yeah.
Sorry, a little.
Substitution in the game for Henry Clay, number 13, Abigail Boone.
Boone in for Henry Clay. Probably see Coach Warren subbing here a little bit.
I would say.
Nice lefty there, kick. Looking for a couple teammates. Far side run for it. Stolen away by the Cardinals, but knocked out of bounds by them. Throw in for Henry Clay. Quick. And goalie snares it.
It's just a blind kick to the middle. I'd sure like to see a little bit more possession.
Ball is blocked by number 13, Boone. Scooped up by the keeper, Caslin.
Hey, you get excited. You get that ball, and you want to get it. You want nothing but net, right?
Most definitely.
3:30 and counting, 5-1. Henry Clay. Bigger deficit than we expected on either side after a 3-2 decision in favor of the Blue Devils in the regular season. Frederick Douglass boys 1-0 winners over Bryan Station in the first game tonight in the 42nd District semifinals. They'll play Friday night in the finals.
There you go.
Scott County
trying to
corner.
Get something. We'll have a corner kick.
Knocked away. That was Kennedy Harmon.
16, Kennedy Harmon.
And she's got 13 goals to her credit on this season. Scott County has played a lot more high-scoring games. Their goal differential this year, 68 goals scored, 52 against.
Wow.
Compared to Henry Clay, who's in the 20s for goals scored. So this is kind of a reversal.
Goals scored for the year, they only had 20?
I mean, it was in the 20s. Let me confirm that, but that was an interesting stat, especially after we're witnessing tonight.
Exactly.
Goal differential 27-17 for Henry Clay. So
they might play a little bit more challenging with schedule too, I would suspect.
Approaching 2 minutes left in the first half, 5-0 Henry Clay.
I know they probably play all the Lexington teams, which makes it a little tougher.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
I'd like to see that defender, when she got the ball, open her body up. She went back to the same side of the field, was kind of closed off.
Out of bounds.
A lot of these young players, if they would just open their body up, they'd have more options available to them when they're put under pressure.
For Henry Clay, number 17, Ava Ryder.
Substitution, Ava Ryder in for Henry Clay.
Henry Clay looking a little more content to go in at half now with this 4-goal lead. Weren't as aggressive that time, I think.
They're just wanting to get out of here with no injuries.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they're.
Yep.
You follow those of you watching at home. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Lockhod. We'd like to increase our presence out there in the Twitter world, so please check us out on that social platform. Borman.
Half minute left before the half. 5-1 Henry Clay. Scott County trying to get something before the break. And Borman has not touched the ball much after getting that tying the game at 1 on the penalty kick.
10, 9,
Gonna kick that time. Goalie gets it with 5 seconds, and that'll do it.
We'll head into halftime. Goal explosion here in the first half for the Blue Devils.
That is exactly right. 5-1 Henry Clay leads at the break.
Coach Warren's got to be pleased with that half. Maybe not what she was expecting.
Halftime score,
Here's their thoughts. How Henry Clay's, how Scott County's going to regroup halftime. That's a tough halftime speech, that's for sure.
You just got to keep them positive and say, hey, we can do that too. We played them 3-2 tough in the regular season, and we can chip some over their goalie's head and do the best we can here. And a little at a time. You can't get it all back. You can't it's only one goal. You don't get. There's no such thing as a grand slam in soccer.
It's true. It's true.
So that's what we have, and we'll take a break here shortly and be back. Momentarily with halftime show.
To thank some of the sponsors for this year: Lexington Heating and Cooling, RV Architects, Rockcastle Regional Hospital, Sims Furniture, Columbia Steakhouse, Bluegrass Dermatology, Lexington Athletic Club, and the team over at Red Gable Stud. Thank you very much.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back. Tim Rose, John O'Hara here at the farm where Henry Clay girls are way up 55-1, comfortably ahead of Scott County at halftime. Henry Clay drew first blood 1-0. Scott County's all-stater Horman going to Mississippi State, tied it at 1 on a penalty kick, but then it was all Blue Devils. They chipped a couple over the goalie's head and off to the races, at least in the first half. Won 3-2 in the regular season, but so far it's been all Blue Devils, John.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of answers Scott County's going to have in the second half. I mean, you're just going to do the best you can and just see what happens, but it's a big hill to overcome.
It's tough. Like you said, it's a tough speech at halftime. You've had speeches where you've been way up with your kids. You've had speeches when you've been way down, and you definitely enjoy being a big lead at halftime. Those speeches a little bit easier to do, right?
Yeah, you're just going to tell. I'm sure Coach Warren's just telling their kids, her girls, to be smart with the ball, be efficient, do the simple things, and just let's come out of this. You know, they don't need to score 5 more goals. Let's come out of this with no injuries and let's proceed, because a win puts you in the region. It doesn't just put you in the district championship. It means you're automatically moving on to the regional tournament too.
That's exactly right. As we said, Scott County going into tonight, 68 goals scored on the season. Henry Clay, I think 24 goals scored on the season, so pretty big difference there. But tonight, Henry Clay, and they've spread it around. They've had, I think, 4 different girls score. We had Bose get 2 in the first half, but they've definitely been on the attack. They got some, if you can get, doesn't always happen, but if you can, I think that's a big key, John, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you can get some early shots on goal, that gives you confidence that you're controlling the clock, you're controlling the possession.
Yeah, they had the better of the play, most definitely. And they were the favorite coming in. I mean, I think that was pretty evident. Even both teams probably knew that. But, Scott County, as we said, played them close recently, and that's what they're expecting, the same effort tonight, but just has gotten out of hand for them.
Yep, 5-1, Henry Clay leads. Big battle here at the farm with 4 minutes left before we'll kick back off the pitch and see if the Cardinals can get back into it. And only 4 subs for them. Henry Clay probably 8 or 9 subs. So you would think Coach Warren here will keep everybody healthy and substitute liberally here in the second half unless things tighten up.
Yeah, it's gotten a little crisp too. So you just want to make sure that everybody's healthy, comes out. No injuries, no sickness. That cold air changes things a little bit. Get that cold, start breathing in that cold air. Usually this would be great weather, but since we haven't had anything this cold in a while, it feels a little chillier than normal.
It does. And, I mean, you'll see that Friday night as well and here as well. And just checking.
If you can name this tune that they're playing over the loudspeaker, Tim, I'll be really impressed. Sorry, I've gotten a little sideways here.
No, it's good. It's not Beastie Boys.
Oh, come on, Tim. It's a little raw bass. DJ Easy Rock.
There we go.
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two to make a thing go right?
Yeah, classic from about 1988.
That was kind of in the same era.
Yeah.
It was similar. Genre.
Yeah.
Not too bad. My old ears.
Oh, I had the wrong song.
Oh, you missed it too.
No, I had the right group, but just the wrong song, Joy and Pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's got some soul to it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Late 80s for those youngsters out there.
5-1 halftime score. Henry Clay girls looking to move on here in the do-or-die semifinals of the 42nd District Girls. The boys, as we said a moment ago, were victorious from Douglas. They, in a mild upset, the 3 beat the 2, 1-0 over Bryan Station. In that result there, did that surprise you any, John?
Didn't surprise me, but, I mean, it was a pretty even match for the most part. I mean, the Station had the better of the play early on. So in the first half, they just didn't make the adjustments and put the pressure on Douglas. Coach Parker made some adjustments at halftime and came out. They came out fired up in the second half.
They did. Coach Parker, we saw him last Thursday and had a gallant effort in their match last week. And, son of Steve Parker, who was the head football coach at Bryan Station in the 80s before heading over to UK and having a 30-year career as a college professor, who I had freshman year in 91. And it fills my age, though, because Blake Parker, the Frederick Douglass coach in his first season here, been on the staff 7 years, but wasn't even born at that time.
Yeah, you are showing your age there.
I think so. Here it's 5-1. Henry Clay leads over Scott County, and here is the fans. Been a good crowd on hand. The Devils, a little more energy from the crowd right now, up 5-1. But yeah, this is the time of year where the concessions start having a little cocoa and coffee and that sort of thing ready, and that's how we're about a minute left before we head back to live play here in the second half, and we will get things.
Get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job. You're watching a special presentation on Glycod.
Welcome back. 5-1 Henry Clay girls over Scott County. Ready to start the second half here at the farm at Frederick Douglass High School. 42nd District girls semifinals. The winner moves on Friday night's championship of the 42nd District. And the loser, their season is over after both have had really good seasons, the 2 versus 3 seeds, and Henry Clay won 3-2 in the regular season. But tonight it's been all Blue Devils. It was 1-1, and then after that, all Blue Devils 4 straight unanswered in the first half, and the Devils are up 5-1 and ready to get going here in the second half here at the pitch. Scott County will start it off. Henry Clay started the action in the first half, and here we go. Cardinals in white shirts, red shorts. Henry Clay, blue tops, blue shorts. Here we go.
Trying to get an update from the other girls' district game going on. I believe it's between Dunbar and Lafayette girls tonight.
Another good battle there.
Somebody's got something that smells good around here, too.
They do.
Man, why don't you get me some of that, Tim?
You may have to sniff that out.
Shoo.
Here we go. Henry knocked out of bounds on the far side. 5-1 Devils.
Here we go. Looks Henry Clay's still got most of their players in.
Yeah, for now. Suspect Coach Warren, unless things tighten up, will substitute liberally in the second half. See if Scott County can get something going here early. I think that's key for them, kind of their psyche. Kind of have a young nucleus other than Orman. Did get her 42nd goal of the season. in the first half. The Mississippi State commit. Here she is working on a couple defenders. Like you said, she's quadruple team there, and they knocked it away. Be a corner kick for the Cardinals.
Alabama's corner kick award to Scott County.
They'll look for her.
Kennedy Harmon on the far side to take the kick.
And that's Kennedy Harmon, second leading scorer for Scott County on the season, 13 goals. Scott County throw in there on the far side.
Not sure if Henry Clay changed goalies or not.
Yeah, kind of got the bright orange, almost like a highway department worker there on the goalie. Any more score updates from over at Lafayette's 43rd District?
Don't have anything definite yet.
Throw into Lady Cardinals.
But we do know the Dunbar boys were victorious 3-0, 3-0 over Lexington Catholic. That was the final.
Yes. And I believe that Lafayette girls beat Dunbar 1-0 in the other district semi.
And you said Lexington Catholic girls are victorious over
so
Lexington Christian?
You're going to have
3-0.
Lexington Catholic versus Lafayette in the district championship.
Yeah, it's be a great battle.
I think that was a rematch from last year.
All those fans could pretty much walk to that stadium.
They could. I don't know where that game's being played at, though. It might be played at Dunbar.
Substitution into the
3 minutes in
the
here.
Position for Henry Clay. Number 0, Hannah Cooper.
Henry Clay throw in. Cooper in for Henry Clay.
So you all out there watching tonight, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Glockod. Got some updates going on there. And it has connections to our live feed. Obviously, if you're listening to us or watching us already, you already have the feed. But good for future reference.
Saw Henry Clay kind of relax a little offensively the last few minutes of the first half. You kind of see that leak over in the second half as well with the big lead.
But these are the type of games, if you're in and you're an attacker, you kind of want to pad those stats a little bit. That happens to everybody. And
you're telling on yourself.
I don't think no matter what level you're at. There's some girls,
were you on the attack side or you more of a defenseman?
I was an attacker.
Yeah.
Not saying I scored a lot, but I was an attacker.
You mean you didn't score 41 goals in a year?
I might have scored that many in 4 years of high school and 4 years of college. That's still a lot, Tim.
That's not bad.
I probably scored that many in 8 years.
5 minutes in, 5-1 still. Henry Clay.
You're making me tell on myself, Tim. It's a little embarrassing, but I was the assist leader at Transy all time when I left there.
Oh, Mr. Unselfish.
Yeah. Or I couldn't score, one of the two.
What was that? Would that have been named after? Who would that have been named after at Transy? Maybe named after you now,
no,
Mr. Unselfish.
No, I've fallen down. They don't keep those records. They don't even have our records going back that far.
Yeah.
We digress. We'll move on here. Here's a nice effort, Henry Clay. Getting through there. On, look at this straight speed.
1-on-4. Look at her go.
Wow. Oh, wow, that's in.
She got it.
Oh, good goal. Wow.
It just died a little. Looked like it was going to loop over the goalie's head there.
Save by keeper Castleman.
Tates Creek and Lafayette boys are tied up 1-1.
That was a great effort by Bo. She was going for the hat trick there.
She was. She blew by them. That was a 40-yard carry.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you heard that. So I had the boys update. Tates Creek. They finished. Girls finished earlier. So we got the Tates Creek and Lafayette boys are playing. They're 1-1.
That's a big battle.
Lafayette girls have already advanced. Starting to get filling in some names, filling in some teams.
Borman with it. Look out.
Watch this.
They've got her contained a little bit. Good spin move.
How many people are marking her?
Yep, she's 1 on 6.
She can get frustrated. She's trying to incorporate her team. She's, I'm sure she's had to fight that all year, trying to be a good teammate.
They've been explosive. I mean, scoring over 50 goals for the season. So this has kind of been opposite of what we've seen with the average goal.
Nice move there.
That was
Ball played wide out of bounds by Henry Clay.
throw in by Harmon.
Scott County.
13 goals to her credit this season for the Cardinals. Stolen by Henry Clay. Tried to cross it.
Well, Henry Clay hasn't backed up at all. They're still going for the jugular.
It was a Scott County throw in that time.
Got me working the doubleheader there tonight, Tim.
Got 32 minutes left, man. You got to hang in.
Chris working me hard. It's cool, Briss here.
Foul called on the Lady Cardinals. Be a free kick for Henry Clay.
Free kick for the Devils.
See if she looks wide. Just a nice, simple pass.
Number 2, Natalie Houghton with the kick.
Turn up.
Looking for Bose.
Oh.
Let's see. And Scott, defenseman, knocks it away. Corner kick for Henry Clay. Chopper overhead. Clay working on a couple Scott defenders there. Scott clears it, at least for the time being. Lefty cross for the Devils, taken by the goalie.
Good distribution there by the Scott County goalie.
Another shot on goal. Not a dangerous one, but still getting all those shots on goal.
Goalie looks very young. Did we say she was a freshman?
Freshman, yep. For Scott, they subbed a sophomore in for the freshman.
Oh, she's a sophomore?
Yep. They have a lot of youth in that goalie department.
Mm-hmm. But she's in there battling. Good for her.
Yeah. They've got 2 freshman goalies. They have a sophomore goalie, and they also list a couple. Actually, Borman has 25 saves. She's been goalie a little bit herself.
Wow.
Okay, for Scott County.
I think we know what positions you'll play at the collegiate level.
I think we do.
Approaching 30 minutes left here. 5-1.
Castleman to take the kick for the Lady Cardinals.
Anybody want to make a dunk and run for O'Hara? Please do.
That'd be nice. Oh, nice footwork there by the Henry Clay.
Nifty.
She got
tripped up.
Yeah, good no call.
Ball off Scott County, be a throw in.
That was Hess there for Henry Clay on the nifty move.
On about 10 minutes in this half, 5 in the end of the other half, 15 minutes, no goals. Makes things kind of slow at this point.
Duncan in, the sophomore, 5'8", 125-pounder. 1 assist on the season for her, a defense. Devil throw in.
Oh, nice turn and service.
Cross.
Wow.
Just a little late getting there.
It was well executed by the Henry Clay attack.
Mm-hmm. Borman with it at midfield. Looks for Harmon down the left side.
Looking for the switch.
Yeah. Too strong.
A little strong.
Into the Blue Devil bench over there. Yeah, getting a little nippy, like you said. If you're a sub and you haven't been in yet, you got to kind of keep loose over there, moving around. You never know when your numbers are going to get called, especially with a game like this. out of hand at the moment, at least on the scoreboard, you're probably going to get your number called. Got to stay loose. (42nd) District Girls Semifinals. Henry Clay 5, Scott County 1. Winner advances to Friday night's finals, which will follow the 6 o'clock boys district championship.
She's going.
Here she goes, Borman.
No, she's gone.
Quicker with the ball than without.
Oh, look at the Henry Clay defender giving her some
knife in her way. Man,
God, there's four
never
girls on her though.
There's Kennedy Harmon in the looper in.
Wow.
Nice job.
Not gonna quit. Nice shot. Called that one. Left footer.
Nice job there.
In the side netting.
I think that we confirm that.
5-2.
Nice job.
Goal by number 16, Kennedy Harmon.
Yeah, that was Harmon.
Yeah.
And
that was nice.
Her 14th goal on the season. 640-pound senior has had a heck of a year in her own right for Scott County.
Scott County's playing for some pride here. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
Might not be able to overcome the mountain, but you're going to at least put up a fight.
We've seen a lot of nice
That
touch.
had a lot to do with Borman just taking – that was a great shot, but she drew 4 defenders.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, that's not even an exaggeration. That's –
always does.
Talk about getting some tension. Wow.
We've seen great touch on
That's
those.
just hard to – I don't even have the words for that when I see that many people drawn to one player. Be interested if Scott County scored again. They always say a 2-goal lead's the most dangerous lead. I'm not saying I always buy into that, but it would make things interesting.
It would. It definitely would.
You see
The neutral fan would hang around a little longer. Nice touch from the girls on a lot of these. They've chipped over the head of the goalies tonight on both sides.
Yeah.
Been very impressed with that. Nice touch. Push there from behind, a foul. Free kick for Harmon, who just had the second goal of the night for the Cardinals. And she is a senior as well.
Yeah.
Scott County free kick taken by number 16, senior.
But the third leading scorer for Scott County, John, Ava Castleman, 11 goals to her credit on the season, only a freshman. So she looks to be the star next season to kind of be the leader as only a sophomore. Stop for Henry Clay there. Been a potent offense all season for the Cardinals.
Most definitely. But, you play different levels competition too. Not a slight, not a insult to Scott County. They played who's on their schedule, but handball.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, she didn't. That wasn't intentional, but that one was called. Talk about that a little bit.
Just it changed the direction of the ball and it was bounced up, and she didn't have her arm close to her body. You see, sometimes these defenders now didn't used to happen early. Like she's just.
The Borman again.
I can't stop talking about this. This is
got a little more space now for a kick, but
corner.
Yep. Not that time, but she usually outruns her teammates.
She's probably a little gassed. Be nice to see
her. Out of bounds, be a corner kick for Scott County.
Corner kick for the Cardinals. There goes Harmon over there.
I'd like to see Scott County put a few more girls up in the box. Henry Clay's only got, said this in the boys' game, they got one person up top, and Scott County's got 4 girls back. I don't understand that. You're losing.
Oh, yeah, she handed it off instead there over there. A little trickery.
Still don't understand why these coaches keep so many players back.
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody with some soccer knowledge to explain that to me. When you're losing by 3 goals. Losing by 4 or 5 goals isn't going to matter. The loss is a loss.
Mm-hmm. 5-2 Henry Clay.
She's got to open her body up there. Some of these players receive the ball and they have their bodies closed off.
Yeah, you might as well. You're talking about you've mentioned that a few times tonight. Use all your limbs, use your whole body, your knees, your ankles, everything.
Yeah.
To help progress the ball and control the ball. First, you got to control it before you can advance it. Shot on goal there, stopped by Scott County.
She puts the ball at her feet to play.
Got Harmon out with it.
Cross by number 7, Bose. Grabbed by the keeper, Castleman.
Ooh. Good job stepping up the Henry Clay defender.
They do have Castleman in there, freshman, 19,
this
13
girl.
saves to her credit.
She's a little heavy touch there. She's puts her head down. That girl's
Going.
going.
Bounce by Scott County, be a throw in for Henry Clay.
Castleman gets it for Scott County in a goal now.
Castleman up high with the control.
Only a freshman.
Looking forward to our game on Thursday night too. Should be exciting.
Will be a great one over there at Lafayette.
Does Chris have us lined up something good in the press box for like goodies and stuff? So I was hoping for.
Yeah, some of them for football. You got a big old spread.
I'm counting on Chris to have something good for us. Some goodies.
Castleman pitching a shutout. Goalie in the second half for Scott County. She's the third leading scorer for Scott County on the season and doing a nice job at goalie and only a freshman.
Number 7, Kelly Bose.
Henry Clay hasn't had very many shots this half.
Nope.
Maybe they did take their foot off the gas a little bit. Can't blame them, but.
Far side looking for a cross.
Oh. That touch goes out of bounds. We're going to have a corner kick
Ball
for
crossed into the box by number 5,
Henry Clay.
Corner kick for
Now, Henry Clay, I can
Bose.
understand keeping 3 or 4 back because they don't need another goal.
Number 7, Kelly Bose over to take the kick.
Going to be an outswinger.
Yeah, lefty.
Yeah, bringing a lefty from the
Bose looking 2 goals to her credit tonight.
He gets that a little deeper.
Yep, didn't get enough air under it.
Not enough pop.
Put a punch there. Oh, off ricocheted off Castleman's chest, but got it, corralled it.
Shot by number 15, Jamie Lincoln. Controlled by the keeper, Castleman.
Oh, here we go.
Borman now with
Oh,
it.
she had a. I just want to see her have another attack like that. She was gone.
There's Harmon for Scott.
Let's go.
That was Manella, Gia Manella for Henry Clay. 6 goals. She was really on the attack that time, pursuing that ball. So he has 6 goals on the season.
Substitution in the game for Scott County, number 2, Caitlin Dyke. And in for Henry Clay, number 13, Abigail Boone.
Boone in for Henry Clay, Dyke in for Scott County.
19.
Approaching the halfway mark of the second half. Henry Clay 5, Scott County 2 is 5-1 at half.
Number 2, Natalie Houghton to take the throw for Henry Clay.
The cross.
Oh, nice service.
Nobody there.
On the ground.
Cross into the box by number 22, Mackenzie Hess.
Hess with a throw in for Henry Clay.
That's 19 down there for Henry Clay. She's a freshman.
Yeah. Going strong.
Gia Manelli.
Manella has been aggressive.
Yeah, she's
5'5", 120 pounds, 6 goals on the season. We called her name a lot a couple weeks ago over here.
Yeah, she's got some speed.
She's gritty. 5'2", Still.
Yeah. Scott County's just playing for a lot of pride right now. That's the way I look at this, the way it's coming down to. It's good for them.
Chop wood, chip away at it, try to get another one.
Tough right there. Good save. Good save by the Scott County goalie.
She's really done a nice job, Castleman, this half.
Job number 15,
She didn't
Jamie
bobble.
Beckett.
That was
Nice save by the keeper, Castleman.
There you go.
She had 13 saves coming in and 11 goals scored. She can hurt you in a lot of ways, and only a freshman. As Borman and Harmon will kind of pass the torch to her next season.
Grab by the keeper, Ava Castleman.
Oh, a little short on that. Anything more from 43rd District?
No, haven't seen. The girls has decided. We'll see.
Lafayette and Creek boys, one each. Late, right?
Yeah.
Might go down to penalty kicks. Who knows? Pushing over there in the corner.
No,
Manila.
She is aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Only a freshman.
Pretty good height. Could get quite a bit taller.
She's 5'5".
Mm-hmm.
Those strides. She's got some long legs. She takes off. You can see her when she stretches out to
Ball sent by number
sprint.
2, Natalie Houghton. Grab by the keeper, Castleman.
Get that too strong. Castleman almost double-digit saves already, only halfway through the half.
Yeah.
Chip there, caught by Castleman off her hand. She corrals it.
You got to.
Shot by number 5, Molly Spaulding. Castleman with the save.
Trying to get this one deeper. She'll get another save.
That's good. She's building some confidence. Good young player. Might not be the result she wants, but she's getting some confidence against a good quality side in Henry Clay.
Push from behind there on Harmon.
Got twisted up there.
Yep, twisted. I think the foul that time on Hess for Henry Clay.
Blue Devils be a free kick to the Lady Cardinals. Number 16, Kimmy Harmon.
Nice kick from Harmon. Out of bounds, throw in for the Devils.
County be a throw in for Henry Clay. Substitution in the game for Henry Clay. Number 7, Callie Bowes. Number 6, Ava Wilson.
Wilson and Bowes back in for the Devils.
And into the game for Scott County, number 18, Elsie Bafong.
Stock
number
him in
26, Kendall Dyke. And number 7, Kayla Haywood.
Stockham, White, and Haywood in for Scott County.
Watch this.
Here is Borman.
She
got a step. Too strong.
I like to see her at the next level. Coach is going
to
be like.
Number 4, Tatum Borman goes high.
She had the defender on her side, on her hip. She should have carried it a little bit more.
Taking a couple more dribbles, right?
Yeah, even at this, I'd expected her to carry that a little bit more. She's probably tired though. She's getting sent on a lot of runs up there.
And by the time she takes a couple more dribbles, and then she can kind of fake out the goalie a little bit, right?
Yeah, she's a little closer. Just put that on frame, but she's probably a little gassed. She's up there.
Had a header that time. It's got a strong leg and just too strong on that attempt.
She's going to swing this. Nice
passes to
there.
Harmon.
Wow.
Nice job. Harmon gets a shot.
Wow. Outside of the right foot.
Stop.
That's a good ball by Borman. Being unselfish. You think a person that scored that many goals wouldn't be that unselfish at times, but that was good.
That's good, preparing her for the level of talent she'll see in the SEC. She's gonna have to pass it some.
Right. Yeah, and she, I think she's like that. She's just, her teammates, I'm sure, know she's special talent, but she's willing to work with her teammates. You can just see by the way she plays the ball sometimes when she.
Nifty dribbling there by the Devils. Look for the header. Overhead. Sometimes you go up to head it, and you got bumped a little by the defender, and then you don't get to reach maximum peak, so it goes over your head, and that's what happened, I think, there.
I never went up for any headers, so I don't know what that feeling's like.
That wasn't your game.
When God says you're 5'8", you're not going up for a lot of headers.
Yep.
We all have our strengths, Tim. We try to play to them.
So I'll let my dribbling and my wheels do the talking, not my head.
Definitely was not a big fan. I always tell little guys when I coach them, I'm like, you got a challenge, But it's kind of one of those things, do as I say, not as I did. And was not very good in the air.
Ball played wide. Throw in, Brandon Click.
Requires a different mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I played with some guys that weren't very big either, but they were great in the air. I loved it.
Henry Clay, all right.
13
goal
minutes.
kick over to Scott County.
Like to see another goal, get some excitement going on here.
Yeah.
The farm is quiet. That cold air is taking over, and people are they're all covered up. They think it's winter's coming.
A lot of excitement in that first half.
Look how people are bundled up here. You would think it's the first day of winter.
Yeah. They are. When you're not moving around, it makes it a lot tougher, that's for sure.
But in 4 months, we'll think this is summer weather.
I know it. We'll kill for a 50-degree night.
Yeah, it's all relative. I love seeing how people are bundled up. Like their heads are covered and gloves and multiple jackets. Sorry, we go a little sideways here.
Fisticuffs there in the corner.
Foul called on the Blue Devils.
Foul on the Devils. Approaching 12 minutes left. Devils looking to march on to Friday night. Extend their season. And make it 5 in a row. Scott County defenseman knocks it out of bounds. Gets out of harm's way. See Borman there at midfield, just inside midfield. Doesn't really get any closer. He stays out there.
That's funny. The third Blue Devil defender was getting ready to go up on the attack, and they told her to stay back.
No, we got a 3-goal lead with 11 minutes left.
We'll keep 3 people back, and I can respect that. That's where you do have 3 back, but.
Triple teamer at all times. That's like playing the outfielders deep in the 9th inning, right? With a lead.
But then, then I saw some games where teams were losing by 3 goals and they still kept 3 back. Still baffles me. I need to get off my stump there. Good service. Good effort there by the Henry Clay. About under 10 minutes
Okay,
here.
out of bounds for Scott County goal kick.
Scott County goal kick. The boot.
It's weather. If they're out there playing, as long as you're not sitting on the bench, this weather has to feel great.
Right.
Very nice little control by the midfield there.
It was Dyke. If she could have controlled that, was probably going to center that over to Borman in the middle of the field for a run.
Yeah. Here she goes.
Good defense by Peyton Kinney there, a senior.
Ball cleared by Scott County via throw in. Brandon Clay.
Throw in for the Devils. Now Scott's got 2 back, Borman and Dyke.
Good one-handed snatch, keeping that over the end line. So just picked that up like it was nothing.
Castleman, quite the player, and
Yeah.
3 full years left. Punch too strong there to the
shoot
left.
from deep.
Mm-hmm.
Shot by number 7, Bose goes
That was
wide.
Bose looking for that hat trick.
Scott County.
They pull. We've seen a lot of shots in this game, way more than we did in the boys' game.
It's been definitely, it's not a close match, but one of our more exciting broadcasts of our short soccer broadcast schedule so far.
Fine-tune this, and we'll be much better next year.
Going for the Lady Cardinals.
5-2, Henry Clay leads. If you're just joining us, appreciate you watching on YouTube, the Glycod channel. And we're in the 42nd District Kentucky Girls State District Semifinals. The winner advances to Friday night's district finals and will play in the region next week. The loser, their season is over. And right now it looks like the Blue Devils from Henry Clay will advance, the 2 seed over the 3rd seeded Scott County Cardinals, 5-2. Henry Clay was 1-1 at one point in the first half. Henry Clay scored 4 straight before the break, and they took over. And
Do we know regions is being held for boys or girls? I'm not.
I need to check
fully
that out.
aware.
We'll get the time on the attempt.
For Region 11.
We'll have to check that out and know. We'll have to have that nugget before Thursday night. Be over at
See
Lafayette.
what kind of research we can do there.
Substitution in the game for Henry Clay. Number 19, Gia Manella.
Manila back in for Henry Clay. Castleman with the kick. The goalie for Scott County. The cross, nobody there. Tried to get a shot on goal, knocked away by the Cardinals. Trying to meander through traffic.
Well, I thought after Henry Clay scored 5 in the first half, I didn't think they'd go scoreless in the second half.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have had.
I think it's been a combination of things.
Yeah, probably just
Follow the line.
backed off a little bit. So I just was informed that the 11th Region Boys Tournament next week will be held at Henry Clay.
Okay.
Check on the girls' region. Franklin County. Okay.
Franklin
There
County
we
for
go.
girls. All right. Appreciate it.
We got it covered then. There's your
The producer knows.
public service announcement. Region
Going to
11
the
girls at Franklin County. Region 11 boys at Henry Clay. We're not just announcing the games, people. We're giving you knowledge to
Goal kick for Scott
help
County.
you get through next
Taken by
week.
Castleman.
Spanning the globe. 5.5 left and counting. 5-2 Devils over Scott County.
Have we heard? Will we have any coverage of any region games next week?
We shall see. That's why you got to keep checking glycod.com every
right.
every hour.
Check
It can
us on
change
Twitter.
at any minute.
Twitter, we will
It's
let
kind of
you
like
know.
the weather.
It'd be great. Reach out, tell people you want to watch the games.
That's right. Yeah, soccer playoffs now, and one more week of regular season volleyball. We'll probably have some tournament coverage of that too. A lot going on as we transition from the fall sports schedules to the winter schedules here coming up.
Fun time of year.
Throwing to the Blue
District play begins in earnest this Friday night for football as things
Okay.
get more intense.
Yeah.
These small districts, you don't, sometimes you only have 3 district games.
You're going to play it back to the keeper. Keeper needs to come out a little bit there, help her out.
Mm-hmm. And you get a little, deeper kick that way too. You start your kick Approaching 4 to play. As the Devils looking to move on. Probably a Henry Clay, Frederick Douglass Girls Championship. We broadcasted that match a couple weeks ago, and it was a dogfight.
What was the score of that match?
1-0. Henry Clay lost to Douglass. Had a penalty kick, I don't know, a minute before halftime, I believe.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Okay, so it was a tight match.
It was nip and tuck. Yep, it was. Mm-hmm.
Ball over the touchline. Throw in. The Blue Devils.
But definitely a lot more offense today for Henry Clay than we saw the other day. Big kick that time. Corner knocked away. I think that's going to be a goal kick for Scott County.
My sources confirmed what our producer said about the girls' region being held in Frankfort.
The land of the Flyers. They're on the east side. Easy to find, around 460. It's hard to miss if you've never been and you're wanting to attend. Get everybody some playing time. 2:30 left and counting.
Yeah.
Devils by a field goal.
Well, I think the Devils just kind of put it on cruise control tonight in the second half.
Yeah.
Which is understandable considering the lead they had.
Mm-hmm.
Hope we can make it through the last part of this game, unlike the earlier game with no injuries in the last minute.
Yeah, that was really tough. It's hard. We just pray for that kid and hope all is well and not just long-term looking more. He might miss the playoffs. I'm not sure.
2 minutes.
I think he's
2
a
minutes
senior,
remaining in the
too.
second half.
Yeah, he was. I remember. Yeah. Shot on goal over the goal, though. No good.
Shot by number 6, senior Ava Wilson.
That was Wilson with the attempt. It's Castleman. Goal kick it out for the Cardinals.
Goal kick for Scott County.
The boot. 100 seconds left. Skied by Henry Clay there.
I know Coach Warren's got to be pleased with this effort by the Blue Devils to get into the region. They'll have some motivation. I know we've talked about this before, that people will say, well, both teams advanced in that district championship, so it doesn't really matter. It matters.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to, and you get to host the first round. That's a plus.
That is a big key.
You host your first round at home, and then you get to play a runner-up from another district. And in some districts, that can be a big deal.
That is right. 40 seconds and counting. Henry Clay with the throw in here, close to midfield. That'll about do it.
Going for Henry Clay, number 7, Kelly Bowes to take through.
Henry Clay, faithful. They're too cold to stand, as you typically do now, the winners, but they are clapping in approval.
Yep.
And we want to congratulate Scott County on a fine season. Had a big season, scored over 50 goals and a winning record for Coach Carson Reynolds, who's in his 3rd season.
7,
and the best is yet to come for them.
5, 4,
All right,
3,
2 seconds.
2.
And we've got a final, 5-2. Henry Clay girls advance to the 42nd District Championship Friday night. That'll be the nightcap after the 6 o'clock Boys Championship, and you will see it right here on Glycod and glycod.com and on our YouTube channel as well. And, John, all Blue Devils in this one.
Yes. That was a pretty strong performance there by them.
And they're peaking at the right time. I talked to Coach Warren before the game match, and I said, hey, it looks like you've won 4 in a row. We saw you play Douglas very tough a couple weeks ago right here, and you've carried that on 4 straight, now 5 straight. So they've got to have a good level of confidence going into that game Friday night.
Yeah, most definitely. like I said earlier, Coach Warren's got to be very pleased with that effort. A tight game earlier, and now they're moving on.
All right. Well, 5-2, Henry Clay is victorious over Scott County, and we will bid you tonight adieu, and we will see you Thursday night. 7 o'clock. Go on at 6:45 over at Lafayette for the